Today's tutorial is gonna be about inpainting. Inpainting is probably, in comparison to outpainting, is probably a lot easier to do. So we're gonna start this a little bit differently. We're gonna start with just loading the image because that's what it's based upon. I think I'm just gonna use Flux because I feel like that's what everybody else wants to see. I'm gonna leave the load image thing there for a second, and we're just gonna just a regular freaking thing. So inpainting to me is really the most effective when I actually have like what I have, which is a drawing pen. Like I can literally just draw on my screen because I have like a drawing tablet type thing, and it's one of those things that you literally just draw on the screen. So it's really easy for me to do it. With somebody with a mouse, this might not be the most fun thing to do, but it also depends on how complex your image is or whatever it is you're producing. But it does have its perks when you want to change things and you don't want to, but you like every other part of the image. And I think that's going to be our biggest challenge. Okay, we need an animal. Ooh, I like cheetah. Let's go with cheetah. Hey Google, give me a type of hat.
According to Hats Unlimited, crown shape, the shape at the top of the hat.
Oh my god, that's not what I asked for. Top hat. Oh yes, a cheetah wearing a top hat. All right, let's go with that. So let's spit out an image really quick. All right, let's see if we can spit out this really quickly. Basically, to do an Inpaint, you need an image to work with already, right? There we go, a cheetah wearing a top hat. Oh man, I like that one. It's really nice, really simple. So, I don't know what we want to inpaint, but let's just say we wanted it to wear sunglasses, right? All right, so let's do this. We have an image, boom, throw that image right into there. Now, we need Inpaint model conditioning. This is not a case sampler, okay? Keep that in mind. All you're doing with this thing is infusing all the parameters of it. We're gonna use a different prompt on top of it. So what I want to do is create a new set of this. So we're just gonna clone this one really quick and make it a lot easier than having to freaking find this thing all the time, because I feel like it's so hard for me to find that thing sometimes. Alright, and I'm gonna take from the clip here because it's the same one. Alright, we're going to, I'm gonna make a reroute here to make this a lot easier to find. Same with this one, reroute on that. Alright, so the VAE is right here, image here, mask, let's get closer, mask here, VAE here, the positive. So this is where you need your case sampler, right here, because you have to still do all the samples to make this thing work again. You can't just, this is the model right here, rerouting from the model. Let's push it up forward and see if we can make cleaner lines. I don't know. I don't know why I even care. But yeah, that latent image, decode back to VAE, which is here, and then we spit out our new image, which is going to be another preview image because I'm not saving this stuff. All right, so this is where we need to go in and do the inpainting. So the idea is this: all of this takes in all your parameters and includes it with the masked image, which will be down here, into this, and then it'll resample it alongside a cheetah wearing a top hat and sunglasses. So we won't need to run this part up here again. So we take this, because we got what we wanted from it, right? But we still need, to run the base stuff, the model clip and the VAE. We're still gonna need those stuff down right here. So what we're gonna do is gonna right click on this, then go down to open in mask editor. And this is the part where I say, if you don't have a pen, this gets like a little bit, funky or, difficult to do, especially for what I'm trying to do right now, which is I'm gonna try to draw like a block out of space to draw sunglasses on this thing. So for instance, let's just go over the little areas. Paintbrush is, what we're using right here. Painting out, right? And we can clear this off by pressing clear. So we can go back to the original. We also have an eraser. So let's go back to Paintbrush one quick. Paint, then you can have the eraser. It didn't always have this, and I really like that they had put this in, because that's a really nice feature, because sometimes I make a mistake and I couldn't fix it. And I was like, God, that's just like, this sucks that I can't like fix it. I gotta clear the whole image. So then there's this part right here, and you got like a little paint bucket thing. You can fill it in. That's a really cool feature too. So it's like, you're in a, an image editor. Then you got this, I don't know exactly what the ink drop thing does too much. I guess it selects a color, but, oh, okay, yeah, you can select certain parts of it. That's cool. I would say if you want to, fudge around with that, you can. I don't really mess with that kind of stuff. I've never really used the ink drop. I haven't felt that it's helpful. What I do think is helpful sometimes is to be able to see what I'm painting over. So you can do the negative part where you can kind of see what's underneath it, or you can change this to black or white. So it just depends on how you want to do it. Since we got it on white, let's just keep it on white. And basically, thickness, I think most of this stuff is self-explanatory. I don't think I have to explain it, but yeah. Boom. Save this. Now the mask is on there. So, from the prompt we've made, let's take down the denoise just a little bit. Let's do 9.2. See what that does. Alright. It's pretty straightforward, I think, about what it's doing. You mask out the area you want, you talk about what you want in that area, and then it puts that stuff in that area. I think the only thing that's like really strange about doing this is realizing that when you're writing even your prompts, right? See, that's pretty good just right off that, right? You don't even have to do anything else. Writing your prompts, you would think that because it's talking about the mask area, that you only need to talk about the sunglasses. But that's not really true, and it's more effective when you talk about everything that's in there and you just make a point. Talking about other stuff in the image helps the image understand what's going on. That's the artificial intelligence part of it. But you can see how that's pretty straightforward, right? Basically gave me what I wanted. So that's Inpainting in a nutshell. Not really complicated, but I kind of feel like doing it with the mouse is a bit hokey or something. I would prefer to do it with a pen, and I have one, so I'm good. But other people, maybe it's a headache. I don't know. At any rate, I hope that was informative and helpful. And yeah, the next one which is more complicated than this, is outpainting. And outpainting takes a whole lot more thought. It's pretty cool, and it actually, believe it or not, outpainting does not require the mask element. Go figure. I hope that you guys have a really nice day, and tell me what you want to see. That's it.